Hello Flostube, my name is Tamara, and in today's video I wanted to show you what I have been stitching. I mean, like, my cross-stitch life. How is it going on? I will start with Annabel, the beautiful girl by John Clayton's and Heritage Crafts. I have stitched a little bit more on this one, and I wanted to show you what I have been stitching. Last time when I was showing it, it was kind of, I wanted to do it quickly. I was like very emotional, and I skipped some important facts, and today I'll try to manage these facts. So I purchased the kit, I mean Heritage Crafts kit, John Clayton's Elegance, and apparently, yes, I was told in the comments that this is a newly released kit. It's a 2024 design. So yes, because I was kind of, how could I go by, how could I, how I skipped such a beautiful design, but apparently not. I noticed it in time, and I purchased the kit. I took out the chart to make a copy. I don't stitch from the original copy. This is my thing. I don't know why. I made copies of because the chart is on 4 parts, you know, like divided kind of like slices, you know. And I made the copy. I sticked it together. So I made myself a large copy, but also I have the whole circle. It's together, so I don't have to stitch it on pieces. Yes, it's big. Yes, it's kind of uncomfortable, but that's okay. At least I won't make any mistakes when connecting the pages, you know. And I made the copy. I looked in the instructions, and I saw that they have here the vertical half stitch, then they have the horizontal half stitch. So there is, okay, the 3/4, but I haven't had 3/4 here. So the only thing I used here is full stitch, and it's this vertical half stitch and horizontal half stitch. This vertical half stitch, it can be by itself, or it can be the two, I mean, like double. And this one also, it can be by itself, it can be double. And what else? This kind of is straddled full cross stitch, we are calling it. So it's also cross stitch, but it's kind of different. So when I read all these things, I understood that the Aida, which is in the kit, won't help me, unfortunately. It's going to be more difficult to stitch on it. It's not impossible, but it's going to be more difficult. Then I said, okay, I'm going to replace it with even weave, also the 28th count, so that I wouldn't change. It means 28th count of even weave. This is 14th count of Aida, and I won't change anything. I mean, like the count, yes. Okay, and then when I looked at the threads, apparently the threads here are DMC threads, you see, and they write which is the number of the DMC thread. And then I thought, okay, I made a copy of the chart. I'm not going to use the fabric. And I have DMC threads, a lot of them. Meaning, like, recently when I purchased the DMC chest of drawers, I have a full palette, how do I call, of DMCs. Even the, because here it's required the first numbers of DMC, which were, you know, the DMC threads which were released the latest. There were 30 shades, if I'm not wrong. And here you need like number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. They are grayish. Here they are. These ones, you see? I have even these ones because a few years ago when Princess Eliana by Mirabilia was released, that one needed all of them. And I purchased for Eliana those threads, and since then I haven't used them at all. And I said, okay, this is a good reason to use the threads. And I said, okay, I have the threads. I changed the fabric. I made a copy of the of the chart. What's the point of like spoiling the kit? And I decided this kit to resell, because it's going to be a pity not to use everything which this kit offers. So I think the preview, it's the last time when you see it. So I like, I don't know if you can see here, I prepared all the threads. They are not even all here, the grayish are not here. I prepared all the threads and I started stitching. This horizontal half stitch and vertical half stitches, they are not complicated. The only thing which I understood is that you have to look very attentively and you have to like not make mistakes. As long as you are doing them nicely, believe me, everything goes okay. And the most of them I already used because they were like here in the this huge hoop, in the hands, like here, have face, everything. So they are used so that backstitch wouldn't be used, because the only backstitch which was needed is here, the red thread which she stitches with. So the part which I stitched more, because last time I showed you the girl and the hoop, so I kind of stitched the most beautiful, the most interesting, and I would say the most difficult part of the design. So I was very afraid not to make mistakes here, because I thought that the rest of it I can deal with. So what I added is her dress. So I finished her dress actually, and in such a way I kind of finished, you see the down part of the work. Here it is, I did it. A lot of cross stitch, like the same color, nothing difficult, that's the thing. And what I want to do next is to stitch everything which comes here on this side. I mean, like the sofa or the armchair she's sitting on, a part of the I think this is a wall, and this is a second window, I think so. This is this space between the windows, and so I want to stitch until I get to this space, like next to the front of the window which is in front of her. Sorry, this is my coffee machine. Forgot to... I hate I hate when I forget to turn it off before filming. Okay, and so I'm intending to stitch this part, kind of boring grayish part, and then stitch everything which is here. I mean, like the window pane, the basket, the flowers, and the window and what can be seen through the window. The part which is going to be kind of interesting and diverse is going to be the basket with the threads. I have a bit of this half stitches, half cross stitches, I don't know how to call them. Elongated stitches, I would say. They're called, I would call them elongated stitches. And this one. But the rest is going to be just filling in different, like large chunks with the same color. And still I intend to continue stitching this one, as this one is beautiful. And maybe I'll manage to finish her until the end of the year. I'll see. So I won't show her very often, because I don't think it has any sense to show you little progress on this kind of designs, because I'm going to stitch big chunks and then show it to you how this one is going on. What else? So here is these stitches you need to know. The back stitch, it's short. I was so it was funny for me, you see, because the only back stitch is this one, as I said, the strand which she uses to stitch. And this is how the key is. So there are 30 colors of DMC, stranded cotton, and 6 blends. You are using 6 blends of them. And pretty much that's everything about this design. I'm going to try to stitch more and show you more with this one. And I decided to make a pit stop and show you what is my progress with this design. So I'm stitching and I'm intending to finish the Christmas workshop by Just Nan, this beautiful design. I have done some work, the easiest one, you know, for me in these designs, the easiest, maybe it's longer, but the easiest is the stitching, because the finishing is the one which is not the longest, but it's the most responsible one. This one is not finished because for all I stitched all the 10 parts I had to stitch, because here it's like you have to stitch 4 walls which come like outside, 4 triangles which come inside, and then 2 squares which are going to be the base. I stitched everything, I mean like everything except the this outline back stitch for all of them. And I had kind of a situation which in the beginning made me a little bit like angry on myself. Then I just calmed down. The thing is that in the key, and this would be the copy of the key, I didn't look inside this one. I didn't look inside, as I had the organizer with the DMC threads. I knew which threads I need from here. I checked one more time, so which with the works thread I need. I ordered them, I bought them, and before starting the stitch itself, I opened everything. I made the copy of the key, you know, that I'm using, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. And I'm looking here and I see that I have DMC Pearl Cotton 12, number 12, and the number of the shade of the, it's 642. I remembered exactly that 642 and 644 are 2 colors which I used widely in the Just Nan Christmas stockings, because I have stitched 4 stockings so far and I have 2 more to stitch. I kind of try to stitch 1 per year. And I knew exactly that I need them for there. I knew that I had them. And I have a box which is just with DMC Pearl Cotton. This one. I am number 12, number 8. I go there, I look, I find 644, but 642, I find just one, and I find it in number 8. Number 8 is the thickest one. I need number 12, which is the thinnest one. And I was okay. It's impossible that I don't have this thread. I don't know, visually, I don't know, in my mind, I just remembered that I had it somewhere. And I thought, either it's in a box when I finished the project and I didn't put it back in the box with the pearl, which is pretty impossible because all the projects which I finished so far, they are not in the boxes. They are like everything is taken away. And the other variant, it would have been that I wanted to stitch a project. I kind of prepared the materials and took this one out of the common box and put it there, but I didn't start the project, and I put the packet with all the materials in the stash boxes. And I said, okay, whatever it happened, if I'm going to go into the stash boxes and start looking there, it will take me a lot of time, because I wouldn't say I have a huge amount of stash, but still I have a few things. And I said to myself, it's going to take time which I can use for stitching. And as far as I knew that this thread is still needed for the 2 stockings I still have to stitch, I said an extra, like, how do I say? Bobbin, thread, it wouldn't be extra. Started looking for it. I don't know why here in UK number 12 it's more difficult to find, but still I found it and ordered it. So it was the site, it's a site I've ordered the first time. It's not a stitching shop, and it was said that they are dispatching within 1 day. The postage I chose, it was like tracked 48 hours, so 2 days, kind of like 3 days, and it should have been here with me. 5 days passed, and I don't get even an email saying that the product was dispatched. I wrote to them saying that, look, you said 1 day is being dispatched, maybe you missed my order, maybe I didn't reach it, like you didn't give me any tracking, things like this. And very well, I wrote kind of like in the noon, and until 5 o'clock I got the answer saying that they were very busy and it took them more than 1 day, as it's stipulated in the site, to like dispatch the orders. And they said your order has been dispatched today, gave me the tracking number. And yes, I'm waiting for it. It should be with me like either today or tomorrow, because the postman hasn't been here yet. I didn't even haven't even looked at the tracking. But the good thing is that I finished stitching everything I have here. So I have to go just with this outline backstitch, and that's it. and the job I have done with the stitching is pretty good, you see, because that outline stitching, back stitch, for me it goes fast, especially if it's in DMC pearl. It goes very fast. I would have used number 8, but number 8 is thicker and the work wouldn't look so nice, so how they say, fine. That's why I said no. I ordered it, I'm going to wait, I'm going to be patient, I'm not going to spoil such a beautiful design just because of a thread which is going to come in 1 or 2 days. So yes, what I have the 4 triangles which are going to be the outer walls of this Christmas workshop pyramid. Shall I call it pyramid? The thing is that they are being stitched a bit boring. Why a bit boring? Because all of them are the same. I mean, like, what's inside, it doesn't change. It's the same. The only thing which changes is the color of the outfit of the elves. These ones have blue trousers, blue caps, and brown... I don't know how to call it. And these ones have red trousers, red hats, and green jumpers, let's say. Yeah, and that's it. Like the rest of it, it's the same. This is a bit boring because you are repeating the same thing, but it's from the point of view of doing it quickly. This was good because I was doing it quicker. Like I finished the first, and the other 3 were clear what I had to do. What I liked about the stitching, so the perimeter, like the outline cross stitches, they are made with Wigs Dye Works threads. So one of the these 2, don't remember with which one, the lighter one, mocha was used. And when you're looking, you can see so the variegation in the thread, which is nice. Inside this berries, or whatever, the hearts, little hearts, yes, hearts, they are stitched 1 over 1, and there are like 5 each triangle, which means I stitched 20 throughout everything, and each of this heart contains 4 colors, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. But it made it like beautiful. And what else? The beards of the elves, they are like long stitches. The eyes, I'm not very happy, but still it's okay. This wreath is very beautiful. You are making it with Rhoda stitch, which comes with a combination of two threads. They're coming also a combination of Wigs Dye Works threads, you know, like nice. And Smyrnas, a lot of Smyrnas here. Like Smyrna, it was like the berries here, or the ornaments, whatever they are. The cheeks of the elves, they come in Smyrna. Don't remember what else comes in Smyrna. Beautiful. I liked it very much. And not a lot of beads, as you can see. So beads like here in the stars, in this star, here, like here. Very nice. I liked it very much. So these are the blue ones, and here are the red ones. So they are going to alternate. It's going to be 1 red, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 blue. So when putting them together. And the other part, it was easy and quick. So this is the inside, and the inside is pretty simple. You have to do just the outline cross stitches, which were made with also Wigs Dye Works floss, like this one, Cocoa. And the same element as in the other ones. You see, it's elongated stitch. Also is made of a combination of 2 colors, and when you finish it, like you take one of the colors, the darker one, juniper, I still remember, and you are going just through the center, and the snowflake here. This one's I empty here because when finishing it, I'll have to attach the wool, the Wigs Dye Works wool, and they will have like their part of the design. Okay, and besides these 2, and one more thing, yeah. When I started stitching these elves, the idea that I had seen them somewhere wasn't like letting me sleep, and I said, where did I see them? And then I remembered, I don't know why, like in my mind, I remembered this element, like this decoration. And when I remembered the elf and the little teddy bear. I remember that it's this design. This is Be Merry. This one was reprinted. I have the old variant, mine is not reprinted. And I remembered that there are elves here. I just took it out, looked at these elves and realized that these are nicer, and looked inside of the chart, and yes, they're a little bit like better. This one is the improved versions of the elves. And I looked at the year of the release. Apparently this chart, like the first version of it, the first edition, yes, it was released in 1999. And this one, the Christmas workshop, this one, it was released in 2007, you see. So there are like 7 years difference when these elves became better. I didn't look at the number of stitches, but when the time will come to stitch, I mean like this two, not the others, this two, maybe I'm going to stitch them like this. I'll see. But still, it's also an elf design. And two more parts. This is the bottom, so it comes like the which is going to be the bottom here. This one is very simple. Also, it doesn't have the outline. It has to be with the same color. It's just 2 colors, so that's it. And the one already which is going to be inside, and I'll have to make a 3D Christmas tree here from wool, which is going to be here. Nice one. And you know the interesting fact that the snowflake which comes here and the snowflakes which come here, all of them, they are the same. But look how beautiful they look on this burgundy fabric. You see how much it matters when the fabric is okay. Beautiful. So this would be the stitching being done. The sooner the thread, the pearl thread comes, I'm going to do the back stitch, the outline back stitch for all of them. This is going to be my first thing to do, and the moment I'm going to do that, I'm going to be ready with the stitched thing, and I'll be ready to start the construction of this one. And as you can see, I already looked the finishing kit. I already took it out. Where is it? Oh yeah, I already took it out and started reading it, went through it to see what I need. You see, I like this one very much. You see, it's all black and white, but it's so sweet. And here as well, so sweet. And I went through it to see which are the steps I have to make. More or less, I kind of understood because I was wondering about this 3D Christmas tree, how to make it. But more or less, I understood how to make it. So I hope it's going to be okay. And that's it. What I managed to make on this design, the progress. Probably the next time I'm going to show it to you, it's going to be already a finished design, because I'm not going to show you like every stage. For me, when the design is complicated and I'm doing it for the first time, honestly, I'm not in the mood of like filming every step. I mean, like tutorials, actually, for those who ever filmed one, tutorials, they are kind of difficult to film. You work a lot, I mean, for filming them, and I noticed, at least from the ones I published, they are not very popular. So I don't know why I expect that the tutorial it would be more popular than a usual video, because that one is more necessary for stitchers, but usually it's not. So maybe it's selfish, but I don't see the point of using twice or even 3 times more time to film the video when it has even less viewings than like the other one. And especially what I was wanting to say, especially when you have a complicated design which you haven't finished so far, of course, I'm trying to be as maximum as possible careful for what I'm doing. So yes, let's hope the next thing you're going to see about this design is going to be it finished. And I decided that meanwhile the just not design it's going to be finished. That means I'm going to put it together. I don't want to rush with that one because I noticed that if I'm not in a rush, like I want to finish it very quickly and I have to do it today, usually it gets better. That's why I'm like doing it slowly but surely. And meanwhile, I decided to start the new project by Just Nan, the one which I planned for this Christmas time. This is Gingham Christmas, the one which is on the Gingham linen. And not a lot of progress, of course. I started with the upper band, band 1. It's very important here to calculate where you start. So to calculate, I mean the squares everywhere and to start from the right one. It's very important, this one. So I started with the house, which is on the top, with the chimney of the house, which is on the top. I already said that I am stitching very, very difficultly on this Gingham linen. I don't know why, especially, I mean like on this one, which goes like raw and burgundy. And that's why I told myself that if I'm going to stitch one band per day, and there are like 10 bands here, it's going to be ideal, but I don't think I'm going to manage because some of the bands are really big. I told myself that I'm not going to rush myself. I'm going to stitch like slowly and nicely because I'm stitching this one only during the day. I mean like using the daylight. I don't know what's happening with me, but the best light for me to stitch on this fabric is the daylight. The good news is that the 2 threads which I was waiting for this project, like I don't know how I skipped, but I need them. This is the Karen Wildflowers, and it's too beautiful. The green one, it has like variegations, and it's, for me this is the Christmas green, you know. But the white one, it doesn't have anything, so it's just white. And it's the structure of the thread is the pearl thread, and I'll need them quite often in the project. I thought that why do I start with the first? I mean with the first band, because first of all, it's easier to see to follow it in the instructions when you are stitching. You see, because they usually start with the band 1. You see band 1, band 2, and you have to go like this. I like stitching from like the bottom part, and usually if I stitch from the bottom part, when I read these instructions, I go like this, you know. So yes, and I was thinking that in this like band 1, I won't need any of these 2 because these 2 like came recently, yesterday I think they were delivered to me, and I thought that I won't need this one and I am going to stitch the first band. But no, when I was looking in the instructions, I already need them in this band as well. So yes, I'm going to continue stitching this one slowly, I think, and I'll let you know how this one is progressing. I made a big progress on Annabel by Heritage Crafts, and I have more than a half of design stitched. Surprisingly, very surprisingly for me, this design is going very, very quick. It's being stitched by me very, very quickly. I didn't expect this thing, honestly. This is the first design, as I said, by Heritage, by John Clayton, and I didn't know what to expect from it. And yeah, so the progress I made is this part of the design. I mean, the background of the girl. I mean, this part of the background is stitched. And you know what was for me strange, that apparently it's a background which is white and gray, boring, but it was stitched so quickly, and it was easy because you can see that this is like the graphic, how they say, thing. This one's are being stitched like very quickly. So yes, this one is stitched, and I even like went in the front because I said that the next part which I'm going to stitch is going to be like the window pane and the basket with the threads she has here and the vase with the flowers, and then the window and the greenness which can be seen even through the window. I said that I won't have this elongated stitches any except the basket, because I saw that I need them here, but apparently in the window thing I also have them a little bit, but I still have them. But I don't know why I think that after stitching this one, this chunk is going to be the easiest, because there are large portions which are stitched with the same color. Also, it was kind of strange for me that like I was stitching this design parallelly with Just Nan. Christmas workshop. And usually when I stitch them, I cannot like let it out from my hands and stitch something else. But that one, it was a bit boring and repeating, I mean the elves. And I was catching myself on the thing that I wanted to stitch this one as well. So during the day, I was like stitching them both. I rarely do this because I don't know why my brain doesn't want to stitch two designs during one day. I mean, like designs which are progressing. But here they worked like perfectly because I was like stitching that one, getting tired of it, taking this one, and this one is going like really quickly. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think that I'm going to manage to finish this one until the end of 2024, and we'll see. And the last like viewing of this design, I didn't think that it's going to happen in this video, but apparently I was a hard-working stitcher, and yes, I finished this design. This is design from Heritage Crafts from author is John Clayton from his Elegance collection. This is beautiful young lady Annabel who is stitching, and this is a new release. This is the 2024 release. I saw it in one of the shops. I mean the kit. I saw the kit. I fell in love and I just bought it and started stitching it and finished stitching it. Yes. Why I said that it was a surprise for me, because the last time when I was like filming this design, I was kind of here, started stitching the window pane, and the work started going very fast, meaning like I stitched the basket with threads she's using for stitching, then the vase with the flowers. I was expected that it's going to be slower because there are like this half elongated stitches, or I don't know how to call them, elongated stitches probably it would be correct to call them. And it was quick. Yes, indeed, it was quick. And when I started, like, meanwhile, I was still stitching, you know, like just then. But when I just got to this part, I understood that this one is going to be stitched very quickly, because this is like a lot of stitches made with the same color. And I just left aside everything else, just concentrated on this one, and in 3 days I finished it. Yeah, 3 days and 2 days and a half, kind of like this. Beautiful, beautiful design. I am super happy that I noticed it, that I started stitching it, and that I finished it. Yeah, because it was kind of one of my musts to finish it until the end of this year. If you compare with the preview here, the colors are not so bright, so vibrant as in the stitch design. So the stitch design is much more beautiful. In my case, I had the kit. I already said that I had the kit, but I changed the Aida 14th count for even with 28th count. So technically, I didn't change the count. I didn't make it larger. I didn't make it smaller. But after finishing the design, I was curious to measure how much what's the size. Yes, because here it says that if you are going to stitch on the Aida, which is in the kit, they say, okay, they say approximate. Yes, they say it's 26.5 by 26.5 centimeters. In my case, it's 25 centimeters by 25 centimeters. So it's 1.5 centimeter, kind of, it's going to be more than half an inch less. I am not, I don't feel bad about this, because probably still the fabric. Aida fabric has a larger count than the 28th even width, and due to this fact, you see the dark blue which is here in her dress, it doesn't look so thin as it looks in the preview, because if you can see in the preview it's thin, you see, because it's on white Aida, and okay, it's 2 threads, but you see it's evident that this one is super dark for this Aida. But in my case, yes, you can see the Aida like in between, but not so much as here. And nothing more to say. Very happy that finished her. Now I'm going to concentrate on the other designs, the Christmas designs, which you are going to see in my next videos. Until then, bye bye.